Hey everybody, this is Jeffrey, and uh, you're at Whiskey by the Goban. Now, the whiskey involved today. Oh, shouldn't turn that light down so much. Oops, that up. There we go. We've got Larceny, and Larceny is produced by Heaven Hill, aged 6 to 8 years. Mash bill is 68 corn. Here's the interesting thing: 20% wheat, 12 malted barley, and it's 92 proof. Next up is Maker's Mark 101. That, of course, is 101 proof, 70 corn, 16 soft red winter wheat, and 14% malted barley. That's aged approximately 6 years. Third up is Evan Williams 1783 small batch, 90 proof, aged 6 to 8 years. Mash bill of 78 corn, 12 malted barley, and just 10% rye. So very low rye. The malted barley is higher than the rye. And that's also a Heaven Hill product. And last up is Heaven's Door Ascension. And that's aged a minimum of 5 years, 70 corn, 22 rye, and just 8% barley. That's 92 proof. And of course, we want to get a game here. Oh, okay. I'm up against an 11K. So he is playing a 3-4 cornerstone. We're not going to do a pinwheel on him. We're going to do a 3-4 facing towards the top. Okay, he's going to do a pinwheel there. And we will do a pinwheel against ourselves, facing off against him, I think. I guess we'll do that. Now, as I've mentioned before, my nose is not that good. In fact, I'm getting some sinus trouble. Why do they do that? I obviously don't want him in my corner, although that would be a little bit strange to have him push me down. So we're going to have to go straight up here. Oh, okay. I guess we will extend. I was thinking about going under. Why do they do that? Okay, we'll attach above. Now we should be going sides. Or we should be going corners, then sides, and then center position. In other words, we should be approaching. We've got 3 corners that haven't been now what's he gonna do? just do this. Oh, Minatari. Huh? That would have been a big mistake. You know, why did he connect there? Why didn't he just Atari my stone? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 liberties. So the adjacent spaces that a stone or a group of stone has is very important when you talk about a liberty race, which is what we're in here. It's going to have a little trouble there. Anyways, we need to go with this Larceny. Okay, there we go. Anyways. Now what you gonna do? Put him in a tutty. And then drop down. Now he's stuck. Okay, I guess we'll just play tight and capture that one stone at G4. Okay. Let's just do a normal approach. We, of course, will go into his corner. Always extend once. I guess is the rule. Ooh. Let's go into the corner. We will kick this stone. Okay. We will just extend back. Now, this is the wheat, the Larceny. Yeah, 20% wheat. That's a little spicy, actually. Yeah, we'll just play safe and secure. EMA 3-4 corner enclosure. Let's go over the top here. Okay, and then let's get this guy running. Okay, we'll get our base. You're on the third line. Two space extension gives you a nice base. Okay, let's switch over to the next weeded one. Now, I have not tried the Maker's Mark yet. This is a brand new bottle. What do we want to do? If we do this, we put a little pressure on those stones. That's what we want to do. So both this and the Larceny are not available here in Hiroshima. As far as I know, I had to get these online from shops, I assume, in Tokyo. Ooh, that's quite spicy too. They're both 1 liter bottles. So I'm gonna assume that they are duty free. Bottles. Okay, now he's between 2 3-stone iron posts. Okay, so we're going to go over and threaten this guy. Let's just take that eye away from him. And then when he connects, I'll connect. We'll do that. So he's an 11 a K. Um, 11Ks know something, but they don't know a whole lot of anything. So they like to fight because they think Go is about fighting. And it's not about fighting, it's about position. Now he's pushing me into his group. So that's not a good thing. Well, I don't especially want him to connect up, but I don't want to do a honey there, which would be playing at A12 or A14, because then they get to play and then I have to connect. So I'll just go straight down. Okay. So under. Play here. Don't want to do that. Play here. I might take him over there. Okay, we'll just do a diagonal out. That's the simplest thing to do. So I'd read somewhere that Maker's Mark 101 is a sort of a special international edition. I want to play here. Played there. I played there. maybe just push straight ahead. All right, let's go to the Evan Williams. This is a standard bourbon. Now I did have a sip of my one of my 12-year-old rums the other day, and that I can smell. I can smell rum. I can smell gin. Okay, there's one eye for that group. I'm a little worried about this guy. Okay. There. Hmm. Now I've sort of pushed him into my group. I guess that's okay. No, we still have one corner that hasn't been. Okay, so you want to do that. All right, in case we want to do this. So he's that move at E14 was to take out my eye. Oh, okay. Now, here's where you need to understand uh, how things work. If I play here, that takes away one eye. But if he plays at H14 to try to put in a tutty or separate my two stones, I can play next to it and put his one stone into a tutty and these three stones into a tutty. So I can connect up my two stones. I was going to say something more about this. Evan Williams. That's very tasty. Very tasty indeed. Like I said, I haven't developed a nose for whiskeys yet. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, I don't see where he's getting two eyes. I already have one eye. You have to have two eyes in order to live. Now, if I play here, he can't play at 16A, A16, because that would put him into a tutty. So we're just squeezing, taking away his ability to make eyes. Okay, fair enough. Oh, I could do that. I'll just do this. Think. If it connects. What is going to be better? If I go here, can't connect, so I take that. Played there. I played there. Plays there. I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, he doesn't have the liberties. All right, let's go with the Heaven's Door. I have had this before. Now, this was available in Hiroshima, but not at Yamiya. This is at a spot over where I stop. I used to stop there on my way to Suzugamane uh, nighttime uh, adult education class. But now I stop there when I go to my dentist because she's moved way over to Hatsukaichi.
You have won.
Okay, he resigned. Okay, let's go back to here. Anyway, so when I stopped there, I looked at their rums and looked over at their Irish whiskeys and found their very small bourbon section. And they had 3 bottles of Ascension and 1 bottle of their Tennessee whiskey. Now, I should have gotten their Tennessee whiskey because the next time I went back there, it was probably 3 months later, 3 or 4 months later, the Tennessee whiskey was gone, but there was still 1 bottle or 2 bottles of Ascension left. So I could have gotten the Tennessee whiskey and gotten this, but I went with this instead. And this is sort of sharp and spicy, but I couldn't tell you what kind of flavor profile it has. Now, I'm wondering, had I played here, no, I just played there. Played here, he plays here, I play here. I think maybe I could have killed this group too. So this has me ahead by 56 points. Before the resignation. Just a reminder of what we're tasting. Let's go back to the Larceny. And like I said, this is 68% corn, 20% wheat, and 12% malted barley at 92 proof. Okay, now I can definitely taste something. Oh, it's a little bit different in this. But how to describe it? I don't know. we're getting a lot of snow since sunrise this morning. We'll go with the other wheated B, which is Maker's Mark 101. Proof is higher, switching from 92 to 101. This is 16 wheat versus 20 wheat, 14 barley versus 12 barley. There's a lot more spice on this. Maybe that's the proof on the intensity of the proof. Maybe. Don't know. I'm a novice at whiskey drinking. I've never had regular Maker's Mark before, as far as I know. And the only way I would have tried it would have been if I had bought it. And I know I've never bought it. In terms of bourbon, I think I've only bought an Elijah Craig 12-year, probably about 15 years ago. Lasted forever. And I'm not sure that I would be able to identify that this is a wheated rather than a rye-based bourbon. Yeah, I can't do that. Yes. Yeah. Oh, you guys didn't see that. Sorry. I was just running through what could have happened if he had continued on. Something like this. Maybe. So you'd have to go here. Then if I go here, does he take? I go here. Yeah. See, I can kill this group too. potentially. So then he'd have to make up around 80 points down here, which I've got an extensions through here. This is probably gonna not go very far, but I can get extensions through here. I can put a living group over here. So yeah, that was sort of not gonna end well. Which one is this? This is Evan Williams. Yeah. As far as the nose, I guess it smells like bourbon. Certainly doesn't smell like rum. Now, when it gets warmer in the spring, maybe we'll start getting more aromas because right now it's about 58 degrees in my upstairs room, and that's with a heater on. We believe in not spending money on something you don't really need. As long as you've got layers and wool, you don't need heat. Don't need to heat the house. I got nothing on the nose. Not very spicy. Got just a little hint of spice down there. Very nice. Be a nice pour on a summer afternoon, sitting out on the balcony surrounded by my plants and trees, taking a mulberry or two off of my mulberry bush, small tree. Yeah, that's very easy drinking. Very easy drinking indeed. Okay, let's go to the heaven's door. Ascension. It's 70 corn, 22 rye, 8 barley. So a little low on the barley. 92 proof. Heaven Doors Ascension. Now I can taste some flavors in there. but I don't exactly know how to describe them. I don't know. So one of the channels I like to watch is SLB, Basement Bourbon Bar. Uh, Father and son are the hosts of that program. They do a lot of different things, a lot of different methods. I, of course, have whiskey by the Goban because I play a game of Go. Two, if the person bails real early. But the son really throws in some oddball flavor profiles. What he's tasting on the bourbon. Father's a little more traditional. Hmm, I don't know. That's very nice. And it's got some flavors in there, but I just don't know. I guess you would call it depth, but I don't know how to explain them. Maybe, like I said, as it gets warmer and these bottles aren't cold, uh, like, you know, everyone goes like this, uh, warming them up to get the release of those aromas. Doesn't help. I'd have to do that for like 2 hours because the bottle's sitting on the shelf or sitting in a 50-degree room. You know. Evan Williams, very mellow. 78 corn, 12 malted barley, 10% rye. So a little bit low on the rye. Evan Store, 22 rye, 8 barley. This is 12 barley, 10 rye. So, Maker's Mark 101. Finish this off. Uh, 101 proof. Age 6 years. Premium offering for the international duty free shop customers. I had to order this special out of, I assume, Tokyo. Okay, now that's got, a different kind of initial taste. Must be the wheat. Hmm. And that's finished. So this has got 16 wheat, 14 barley. It's got 20 wheat, 12 barley. for the Larceny. 92 proof. Age statement. Anywhere. Oh, 6 to 8 years on the Larceny. Again, that was a online purchase. It's a 1 liter bottle, so I assume that because it's a little bit different, not standard shelf product. I assume that's probably also a duty-free or it could be a Japan special. Maker's Mark 101, Larceny could both be special to Japan. As part of the duty-free marketing. I don't know. Anyways, I was able to get it online. Well, this is the last sip of anything. Yeah, so maybe that's got a different taste, but don't know how to define it. So all four are very nice. Slight differences, but I need to educate myself further. So thanks for stopping in to Whiskey by the Goban. There's Goban. Go back to where it ended. Ended at that point with a resignation. See you next time. What the?